Amsterdam is a world city on a small scale.
The envisioned future of the city of Amsterdam is to make sure that the people can work in a more sustainable way. Obviously, we need some technology to facilitate that. So we're looking into smart work centers, but also putting solar panels on our municipal buildings. It's to meet the CO2 emission goals, which is a reduction of 40% by the year 2025.
The Smart Work Center really is at the intersection between innovation and information technology. And on an IT side, a Smart Work Center leverages on pervasive broadband infrastructures, which have been deployed in our cities in the last 5 to 10 years. It leverages on video communication, which is a new voice emerging on the internet. It also leverages on cloud computing and on open data. So the idea is to put together the largest technology innovations of our decade and combine into a Smart Work Center.
We create an exchange for telepresence and video conferencing on a worldwide basis. The quality of this system is quite different than video conferencing. The large screens are on high definition quality. The people on the other side are life size. There is no delay in picture, in lip sync. Quality of the conference is excellent. Amsterdam Bright City, where we currently are, is a smart work center, mainly focused on educational purposes. There is universities over here. This is an environment where people are coming together to share knowledge with each other. Spaces is much more a business environment. We will install also within the Spaces environment such an executive board environment for telepresence.
Spaces is an example of the new office building in the future. We have all kinds of facilities, as meeting rooms, video conferencing, internet, workstations and coffee bar. Spaces is a combination of a hotel lounge, a World Trade Center office building, a Starbucks, and it's all mixed in one.
My name is Jasper Mulder. I work and live in Amsterdam. I work for a company called Citizen M Hotels, which is a new and innovative hotel brand. We have built 2 hotels here in Amsterdam. We have built one in Glasgow. They are trading very well, and we are aiming to expand initially in Europe and then to other parts of the world as well. So I travel a lot, that's my job. But I work in Amsterdam. I'm a member at Spaces, where I spend about 1 or 2 days a week. It offers many different styles of working areas. A living room, more like a work setting, proper meeting rooms you can rent, a great catering concept with a buffet lunch, but also sandwiches and coffee at, a la carte, which you can order. It has all the services you want from a big office building, like a reception desk, printing services, scanning services, free wireless internet all around. I really like to work in a flexible environment and have different kinds of people around me all the time and work in inspirational environments, because it triggers me and it inspires me, and I like the variation of being in a different place all the time.
My company at Willet, I do internet marketing projects, I do social media advice, I do conversion optimization, so I make sure that my customers sell more with their website, they make more money. I do search engine advertising and search engine optimization, so make sure that my customers get higher into Google. And so I have 2 offices now, both in Barcelona and in Amsterdam. My goal is to work for 1 week in Barcelona and 3 weeks in Amsterdam. And maybe change it when it's getting warmer or colder in one of both cities.
The way of working together is becoming accepted. So people do not want to work into a cubicle or home, but they tend to want to work in a socially open space and open environment where they get to meet other people, and that's where innovation comes from.
So the diversity within the building is that you can really work within the whole environment, and we want to create a full platform of spaces in the Netherlands, so you can also not work there where you live, but for example, when you go to The Hague, you can also work in the same environment.
Traffic is basically coming into a dramatic situation. We're going to get into dreadlocks if you don't do anything about it, so people are starting to get fed up to be in the car. We spend an average of a month per year in our cars.
The location is inside the city center, so it can be reached by public transport with tram here in Amsterdam, or perfectly by bike, but also by car. And if I have a meeting with customers, I do them in the other spaces location because it's near the highway, so it's easier for my customers to reach with a car.
The smart work centers are very important for the city of Amsterdam because it makes people more flexible to work. It will in the end reduce CO2 emissions.
They will play a big role in the new economy. They are also quite visible in the city, and that's really important because people start talking about them.
It's basically an improvement of their life, and in the end for the city of Amsterdam it's an improvement of their productivity.
The government have moved away from being an investor into programs into a stimulator, and together with Cisco, an orchestrator of those type of innovative constructions.
There's a lot of IT which can help people save energy, but the difficult thing, of course, is to implement the different technologies.
Apart from the connection of the citizens, we also connected the schools, the theaters and all the living boats which are in the canals now.
When we want to transform to a more smarter city, a more sustainable city, it's important to have a smart grid because, for instance, when we all want to have solar panels tomorrow on our roofs, we have to transform this grid to the smarter version because then you can also deliver your energy, which you generate on your roof via the sun. You can also give it back to the grid and maybe you give it to your neighbor when he needs more energy than you.
We truly believe that it gives a lot of economic and social benefits to the citizens. That's the first goal. In the end, lateral effect is that we can reduce CO2 emissions, and to make sure that with that new technology we make a better place for people so it makes them more fun to work, to live and to play.